Luna lived in a small village near a big green forest. She loved the forest. It was full of tall trees and singing birds. Luna spent her days exploring its paths. She knew every corner of her green world.
One day I was playing near a waterfall. I heard a strange sound. It was a soft, twinkling sound. I followed the sound. I wanted to see what made it.
Luna walked deeper into the forest. The trees grew thicker. The air felt different. It was filled with magic. Luna was a little scared, but mostly excited. The twinkling sound grew louder. Luna came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing, something shimmered. It was a star. But this star had fallen from the sky. It rested on a bed of moss. The star was bright silver. It pulsed with light.
As I got closer, the star started to speak.
Hello, my name is Stellara. I need your help.
Luna had never seen a talking star before. She was amazed.
Help? What kind of help?
She sat down on the moss. She listened carefully to Stellara.
This forest is in danger. An evil sorceress named Morven is here. She is taking all the forest's magic.
Stellara explained that Morven wanted to be powerful. She was using the forest's magic for herself.
The trees are becoming sick. The animals are afraid.
Luna loved her forest. She would not let Morven hurt it.
I will help you save the forest, Stellara.
She put her hand on the star. It felt warm. Stellara told Luna they needed to find 3 magical creatures. These creatures were not just ordinary beings. They were the ancient guardians of the forest, each possessing unique powers that could help them in their quest. Stellara's voice was filled with urgency and hope as she explained the importance of their mission. These creatures were the guardians of the forest. They had protected the land for centuries, ensuring that the balance of nature was maintained. Without their help, the forest would fall into chaos, and Morven, the dark sorcerer, would take over. Together, they could stop Morven. Morven's dark magic was spreading, and only the combined strength of the Guardians could counteract it. Luna felt a mix of excitement and fear as she realized the gravity of their task.
First, we have to find Finley the fox. Finley was known for his cunning and agility. He could navigate through the densest parts of the forest with ease and had a keen sense of danger. He lives on the other side of Whispering Cave. The cave was known for its eerie sounds and mysterious echoes. Many had tried to cross it, but few had succeeded. Then, we need to find Willow the Wise Owl. Willow was the oldest and wisest of the Guardians. Her knowledge of the forest was unparalleled, and she could see things that others couldn't. She lives in the tallest trees. These trees were ancient, their branches reaching high into the sky. It was said that Willow could communicate with the spirits of the forest from her perch. Finally, we must find Brook the Singing River. Brook's songs were magical, capable of calming even the most troubled hearts. His waters were pure and held the secrets of the forest's past. He knows the secrets of the forest. Brook's knowledge was vast, and he could guide them to places hidden from the eyes of others. His songs would be crucial in their journey.
Stellara gave Luna a map made of starlight. It showed the way. The map glowed softly, illuminating the path they needed to take. It was a gift from the stars, guiding them through the unknown.
I took a deep breath. I was ready for my adventure. The weight of the task ahead was heavy, but Luna felt a surge of determination. She knew that with Stellara by her side, they could succeed. I put Stellara in my pocket. The star felt warm and comforting, a constant reminder of the hope and light they carried with them. The star felt warm and comforting. Let's go. With a final look at the map, Luna set off, her heart filled with hope and determination.
Luna started walking towards Whispering Cave. The journey ahead was long and filled with challenges, but Luna was ready. She knew that with the help of the Guardians, they could save the forest and stop Morven's dark magic.
The path to Whispering Cave was dark and scary. The trees grew close together. They blocked the sunlight. I could hear the wind whistling through the leaves. It sounded like someone was whispering.
Luna bravely navigated a dark and winding path, her hand reaching out to touch the moss-covered walls. The only light came from the glowing star, Stellara, tucked safely in her pocket.
I was scared, but I kept going. I had to be brave for the forest.
Finally, she saw the entrance to the cave. It was shaped like a fox's head. Luna took a deep breath and went inside. The inside of the cave was dark and damp. The air was thick with moisture, and the walls seemed to close in on Luna as she ventured deeper. Shadows danced on the rocky surfaces, creating eerie shapes that played tricks on her eyes. Luna could hear the sound of dripping water echoing through the cavern. Each drop seemed to amplify the silence, making the cave feel even more desolate and foreboding. She could also hear whispering. The whispers were faint, almost like a distant memory trying to resurface. They seemed to come from all directions, making it hard for Luna to pinpoint their source. It was coming from the walls. The whispers grew louder as she pressed her ear against the cold, damp stone, sending shivers down her spine. The walls were covered in strange symbols. Luna held Stellara tightly, the glowing star in her hand casting a soft, reassuring light. The symbols seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, as if they were alive. The star's light showed her the way. It illuminated the path ahead, revealing hidden dangers and guiding her through the labyrinthine tunnels. Finally, she reached the end of the cave. The light from Stellara grew brighter, signaling that she was close to her destination. There was a narrow bridge. It stretched across a deep chasm, its edges barely visible in the dim light. It was made of sharp thorns. The thorns glistened menacingly, each one a potential hazard that could cause serious injury. This was the only way out. Luna took a deep breath, steeling herself for the treacherous journey ahead.
Carefully, Luna started to cross the bridge. Each step was deliberate, her eyes fixed on the path ahead to avoid the sharp thorns. She balanced on the thorns. Her feet ached with every step, but she knew she couldn't afford to lose her focus. One misstep and she would fall. The chasm below seemed endless, a dark void that threatened to swallow her whole. But Luna was brave. She focused on each step. Her determination was unwavering, her mind set on reaching the other side. Finally, she reached the other side. Relief washed over her as she stepped onto solid ground, the thorny bridge now behind her. She had conquered the Bridge of Thorns, and her journey could continue.
Luna found Finley the fox and the other guardians. They had been waiting for her, knowing that the time had come to confront the dark sorceress, Morven. The forest had been their home for generations, and they could not let it fall into darkness. They travelled together to Morven's fortress. The journey was long and arduous, filled with the eerie sounds of the forest that seemed to whisper warnings. Each step they took was heavy with the weight of their mission. It was a dark and gloomy place. The fortress loomed ahead, its spires piercing the sky like dark talons. Shadows danced on the walls, and an unsettling silence enveloped the area. Luna could feel the sadness in the air. The forest, once vibrant and full of life, now seemed to weep. The trees were withering, and the animals were nowhere to be seen. It was as if the very soul of the forest was being drained. The forest's magic was draining away. The once lush greenery was now a sickly grey, and the air was thick with despair. Luna knew that if they didn't act soon, the forest would be lost forever. Morven was waiting for them. She stood at the entrance of her fortress, a dark figure against the bleak landscape. Her presence was a palpable force, radiating malevolence. She was tall and wore a black cloak. Her eyes were cold, devoid of any warmth or compassion. They seemed to pierce through Luna, as if seeing into her very soul.
"You cannot stop me!" Morven's voice was a chilling whisper, filled with confidence and malice. "The forest's magic will be mine," she declared, her voice echoing through the trees. The very ground seemed to tremble at her words.
She raised her hands. Dark energy began to swirl around her, forming a vortex of shadows and power. Dark energy swirled around her. It was a terrifying sight, the very essence of darkness manifesting before them. Luna knew she couldn't fight Morven with magic. She had no such power, and even if she did, it would be no match for the sorceress's dark arts. But she had something stronger. Luna had the love and support of the forest and its creatures. She had the strength of her convictions and the purity of her heart.
Luna walked towards Morven. Her steps were steady, her resolve unshakable. She knew what she had to do. She held out her hand. It was a gesture of peace, of hope. She believed that even the darkest heart could be reached. "Why are you doing this? Don't you see you are hurting the forest?" Luna's voice was filled with emotion, a plea for understanding and change. She hoped that somewhere within Morven, there was still a spark of goodness that could be rekindled.
Morven looked at Luna. She saw the kindness in her eyes. Slowly she lowered her hands. The dark energy disappeared.
"You are right. I was wrong."
Together, Luna, Morven, and the Guardians worked together. They used their magic to heal the forest. The trees grew strong again. The animals returned. The forest was alive with magic once more.
Luna learned a powerful lesson that day. True strength wasn't about power or magic. It was about kindness, forgiveness, and helping others. As long as they had that, Luna knew the forest would always be safe.